Welcome folks, welcome here to Sandymount, a beautiful affluent suburb here in South Dublin, just about 2.5 kilometres from Dublin City. And we're here at the Martello Tower, and this Martello Tower was built in 1804. It was built to warn off an impending invasion by Napoleon, which never actually happened. Now there's actually 29 Martello Towers in the greater Dublin area, and there's 50 altogether on the Irish eastern shoreline. This one right here, as I say, was built in 1804, but they were all built between 1803 and 1808. So this would be one of the oldest of the towers. And then afterwards, it was used by the Dublin Tramway Company as an office in 1911. It was also a popular cafe in the 1960s and the 1970s. It's 40 feet high with 2 floors. Here we have a little toilet, costs 25 cents, public toilet. So you'd be in trouble if you didn't have some change on you, because it only takes change, not credit cards or anything like that. So folks, we move on here in the beautiful promenade in Sandymount Promenade, and it's a very popular spot for walks, dog walking, for joggers, other forms of exercise as well. And you can see there's also a number of exercise equipment along the promenade here as well. Now looking over here folks, you have you might see in the distance, which is pretty hard to see because it's a little bit misty, but you do have the Poolbeg Lighthouse, which dates back to 1767, and it's one of the 3 Dublin lighthouses protecting this area of Dublin Bay. And it's at the end of the Great South Wall, which extends from Dublin Port into the Poolbeg Peninsula and extends 4 kilometres out into Dublin Bay. It was the world's longest seawall at one time, and actually at the time of its construction, from 1740 to 1780, and it remains one of the longest in the world today. So we move along here folks. There's also the village. You probably can't see it too well either. As you see, beyond the lighthouse is Holt Village. I know it's a little bit misty, you can't really see it too well. Beautiful, beautiful village. You have Holt Head over there, a lovely walk as well. And as I say, the village of Holt is a beautiful fishing village, one of the nicest villages anywhere in Dublin or anywhere in Ireland for that matter. And here you see the Poolbeg chimneys. These chimneys are owned and operated by the ESB, the Electric Supply Board of Ireland, and it is located also on the Poolbeg Peninsula. Now there's 2 of these chimneys, as you can see. A lot of people call them stacks, and one of them is 207.8 metres high, which is 681 feet, nearly 682 feet. And then you have the other ones, 207 metres, 680 feet high. And this at one time was, the power station that generates electricity to Dublin to over 1 million homes and businesses. Now one of these towers or chimneys was built in 1971 and the other in 1977. And it's named after the Poolbeg Lighthouse. And they're visible from almost anywhere in Dublin. When you're flying into Dublin, it's the first landmark that you'll see. And a few years ago, there was a 17-year-old young fella that went and climbed to the top of one of these towers. He filmed himself doing it, and he did it without a harness. Some daredevil. And it's believed that he has climbed every tall chimney throughout Europe, including the tallest in all of Europe in Slovenia. It's quite amazing. Then you'll also see there the treatment centre, and this is the Ringsend treatment plant, sewage plant, and wastewater here has been treated since 1906. But the new plant is the largest in Ireland and was built in 2005. You see the new plant right there, straight ahead of you. And it caters for 1.6 million people, I said, but there is a major upgrade going on, and at the moment to treat water waste for up to 2.4 million people. which would include homes and businesses. And it's set to be completed by 2025. Now you'll also see further on the Dublin cargo port, founded in 1707. Now over 50% of all cargo leaving Ireland, leaving these shores, leave from here, going to such ports as cargo ports as Antwerp, Liverpool, Le Havre and Rotterdam. And you also have the ferry port down there, which will leave here from Dublin port and go to Liverpool and Holyhead. So we're moving on, folks. There's also a lot of protected birds here along Dublin Bay here, and you have such birds, rare birds species as well, all along Dublin Bay, and they're protected. You have the sandline, the turnstone, ringed plover, Brent goose, just to name a few. And we're moving down further. Also, not so far away from here, probably about a mile away, kilometre and a half, you have the Dublin Docklands. Docklands is where all the big tech companies here in Dublin, and also you have pharmaceuticals, and also the IFSC, which is the IFSC is the financial centre here in Dublin, the International Finance Services Centre. So a lot of banking institutions will have you. If you look at some of the beautiful homes along here, as I say, it is an affluent area. You'll have all kinds of homes, including Georgian. Some of them are Georgian, some of them are Victorian, and then you have new builds in between as well. But pretty affluent area here, Sandymount is, throughout the whole area. There's also, it's big for sports as well. You have rugby is a big sport here in Sandymount. They have two clubs. You got Wanderers and Railway Union, and you also have 3 cricket clubs. Now a lot of the international players live or play cricket right here for the Sandymount club and Railway Union too. As if you see right in front of you, we have on Colleen Bawn, also known as this monument you see right in front of you. It's known as on Colleen Bawn, or Awaiting the Mariner. Now this was a gift from Mexico to Ireland. It was gifted by Vicente Fox, the president of Mexico at the time, in 2002, and it was sculpted by the Mexican sculptor Sebastian. And Colleen Bawn, just to tell you a little bit about that story, and Colleen Bawn, if you were to translate it, which is an Irish word on Colleen Bawn, an Irish saying, would translate to white girl. But in this instance, it means something completely different, because it tells the story of on Colleen Bawn, who was a young girl, 15-year-old, who was washed up. She was murdered out on sea by fishermen, I believe, and her body washed out on the shore on the coastline of County Clare coastline. Her name was Ellen Hanley. As I say, only 15 years old. Nobody knew who she was at the time, so they gave her the name on Colleen Bawn. But as I say, the translation is white girl, but it means in this instance innocent, pure and honest. Innocent, pure and honest young girl on Colleen Bawn. So folks, that's my little trip around Sandymount and the promenade. Hope you enjoyed it as we see some of the scenes, and have a look at, as a lot of people call these pencils, they call them stacks, they call them chimneys, the pool beg chimneys. Folks, have a great day. Thanks very much for listening. As you see, one of the boats when the cargo boat's going out to sea. Thank you. Have a great day.